Hi guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to work towards, getting your control plane updated with the latest version. So that's what we're going to start with, and then we're going to do the nodes one by one. So firstly, to have this, there are this two set of commands which you need to apply. So now we know that we have all our softwares on OPT software upgrade in 1.29. So 2.9 is the version which we are planning to upgrade it to. Okay. So now if you see this file, so we have all three files which is required for this update. One is the kube admin, which is 1.29.5, and then kubelet and kube control. Now, we will be firstly, installing the kube admin one, because if you remember, the command which we ran, right? So when I type history and I show you this command, when we install the Kubernetes, we activated the cluster by executing the kube adm initialize command, right? Now, what I told you in the previous video is that kubeadmin is used for multiple reasons. So first is like to create a cluster, to modify a cluster, and third one is like to upgrade a cluster. So which means that the kubeadmin holds the critical plan for your upgrade. So first thing you're supposed to do is that you need to upgrade your kubeadmin, which gives that kubeadmin what is the idea. So it will have two different versions, like for example, kube admin, and then I type version over here. So currently it is at 1.28.10. Okay. So when I upgrade this kube admin to another version, then the kube admin will create a plan for us on how the upgrade is going to look like. What is the path of the upgrade? Okay. So it will say like, okay, I'm in this version, so there is an opportunity for you to upgrade your kubelet and kube control. That is the two other items, and that can be upgraded in this version. So we will be able to, make ready of the installation using the kubeadmin. So firstly, we need to manually upgrade the kubeadmin using yum and install that. Or if you're using apt-get, you can use that apt also. So that's the first thing we need to do, get that sorted. And then we need to understand about the kubeadmin's upgrade plan. So we need to understand the plan and then apply the changes on kubeadmin. Once we have applied the changes, then we need to drain that node and then install that package on the kubeadmin. Kubelet and kube control. So we need to upgrade them. Then you will see the version upgraded. So right now we have not done anything. So kube control get version. Get node. When I type get node, you can see that this is pretty much what we will get. So what I'm going to do is like I want to run a watch command with 1 second interval of kube control get node. Now this is going to keep on showing me the version of it, and also I'm going to to look at these versions, and I'm going to give you this version information as well as we go forward with this particular program. So now I'm on the 1.29 version. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to install kube control. yum-y install kube adm this particular file over here. I'm going to install this file, but then I have to give this parameter, which is disable excludes Kubernetes. So this is going to disable the excludes, which is related to Kubernetes. So it's not going to install any other package than this one. So in case if you are using apt-get, if you are using a Ubuntu operating system, then you can use apt-get. So I've given you the command for that also. So I have given you like 3 commands over here. So you can see that these are the commands. One is that to hold kubelet and kube control. So this is going to hold these two package installation, and it will only install this particular package. So here you can update the version information, whatever the version you want to install. And then it's going to hold these items and then unhold these items. So like that, I have given you, it's going to hold this item. So this cat has repeated this 3 commands again. So only these 3 commands is what you have to execute. Okay, so that is if you're using a Ubuntu operating system. Okay, so now all you have to do is like modify the version and then execute the version information there, and then you just execute that command. That is going to help you do that. So firstly, we need to install kubeadmin. So we are using kubeadmin, so we have to install sudo hold kubeadmin, and then you can see that update kubeadmin we are doing over here in the 1.29 version. If you this is when you're doing on the Debian or Ubuntu. If you're using CentOS or Red Hat flavored Linux, then you can use yum-y install, and then you say that package name. As I have downloaded this package already, it's going to be easy for me. And then I select this package and I install this package. Now you can see that I've updated the kubeadmin, but the versions won't change. Okay, the versions will be the old version only because we have not applied this change. But you can see that over here, so it has upgraded the version to 1.9. Okay, so 1.29, sorry. So now if I do kubeadmin version, you can see that the kubeadmin version is gone to 1.29.5. So that's good. So kubeadmin component individually is upgraded, but then on a holistic view on a control plane, it's not upgraded because you need to upgrade kube control also, kube control and kubelet as well. So kube control version, if I type, it will be 1.28.10. Okay, it's still an old version within the control plane itself. Okay, so now we need to understand the plan. So as I said, your kube ADM will give you the plan. So upgrade plan. So we are asking for upgrade plan. What is the upgrade plan you have, kubeadmin? Because that's something which we have just now upgraded it. So you can see that over here. So when it is like marking the configuration as correct, reading the configuration from cluster, and then you can see running cluster health check, fetching available versions to upgrade. So there are 2 versions available over here. I will talk about that in some time. So the cluster version is 1.28.10. So this basically tells you this version. So the cluster is still in the older version, but the kubeadmin version is 1.29.5. So it says that kubeadmin is in this version. Now remote version is much newer, 1.30.1, falling back to the stable version. So it is understanding that there is a newer version available, which is 1.30. We're not going for that at this moment. In exam, they will be asking you a specific version only. Okay, so you need to go from 1.28 to 29. It could be 1.30.1 to 1.31 if there is a version released like that. So they will be specifically asking you for a specific version in your question. Now we are reviewing that question, I know, but then this video was taken before that, so ignore that part of it. So let's just say, for example, 1.29.5 is the version, targeted version according to your question. Then we need to go for that. Now you can see that it tells you the component that must be upgraded manually after you upgrade the control plane with this apply command. So we will talk about that later. So what is available right now? So you can see that the component, what is the current version, what is the targeted version? There are 3 kubelets over here. That's what it's saying. And all 3 kubelets are running with version 1.28.10. So it is talking about this. So the upgrade to the latest stable version is available for kube API, control manager, schedule, kube proxy, core DNS, and etcd. So now not all the components will have an upgrade, and not all the components will have the same version over here. Some of the items over here, which is related to Kubernetes, has an upgrade over here from 1.28 to 1.29. There is also a core DNS upgrade from 1.10 to 1.11. So now where this update is coming, it is directly coming from this ADM. So it knows that these are the components. And what is not getting updated, etcd is not getting updated. So there is no fixback or update in this version of etcd when you upgrade it to 1.29, because they felt that it's just not needed, it's working fine. But maybe when you go to 1.31 or more than that version, the recent versions, of 2024, mid of 2024, then you may get like updates on your etcd as well. But you don't have to download a separate package for etcd because it comes directly with your kube admin, kubelet, and kube control itself, because it's all default packages. All right, so now you can go ahead and apply this upgrade by typing this command. So it's called kube admin upgrade apply version 1.29.5. That's the version we have right now. So now let's go and execute this command. What this command is going to do? It's going to prepare your kube admin for applying the upgrade to 1.29.5. Again, this is not going to impact your version information because we're not applying any kubelet or kube control upgrade right now. We are just conforming to kube admin that we are going to work with this version, and your upgrade plan looks perfectly fine, and I want to take this target version and I want to apply that. So you just say yes, you want to proceed. So now what is happening is like you are getting new items over here. So you can see that you got connection refused over here because your control plane is being upgraded right now. The nodes which has the items running, for example, your worker node 1 and 2 has some items running on it. So that will keep on running. So when I do export over here, and I change the export to, so I type export, and then I go to kubelet, then kube control get pods -a. You can see that there is some exception going on over here because there is a configuration changes happening. Now that the configuration changes are done over here from this angle, now it should reflect all those things. So currently all these are running right now. So there is one pending. So these services over here are getting upgraded. That's what happened. These default services which you have, right? So those are getting updated. The manifest are like recreating that, and you can see that this is currently pending. So that's why you've got a little bit of downtime over here, but it doesn't affect the running pods. It only affects the outlook of the pod. So your pods will be actually working fine. That is your dev and test pod and production pod will be running fine. It's just that your management interface wouldn't be available for some time until this this particular upgrade of your components, the management components, is completed. I can see that it is updated. The kube scheduler upgraded successfully. Likewise, here you can see control manager updated successfully. API server upgraded successfully. Likewise, each of these components are getting updated, and finally, your cluster is upgraded to 1.29. But still, it won't reflect here because you just upgraded your cluster components, individual components of kubeadmin, because all these items are installed as part of kubeadmin, not your kube control or kubelet. So far what you have done is like you have updated your kubeadmin, you have alerted the kubeadmin towards the latest version, and you have you have upgraded all the components within the kubeadmin to that version of whatever the version you planned over here as per the plan. So all the components like kube API, control manager, scheduler, proxy, code DNS, and etcd is all upgraded to the latest version. Now there is also another option you could give over here, which says which you can use it saying that certificate renewal equal to false. Now this option is very useful in terms like if you're using the CA sign certificate of your Kubernetes already, it will not allow that Kubernetes to renew those certificates. So right now it would have renewed the certificate, and you can see that there's a process over here. So it has renewed the API certificate, API kubelet. So you can actually stop that from happening by giving this option. It's a very important option when you are having some customized certification in there and you don't want Kubernetes to recreate them or renew them. So this command is going to be helpful for you in terms of stopping it from recreating or renewing your certificate which already exists for these appliances or components. So that's pretty much we have completed the upgrade of the components. Now we need to complete the upgrade of your kubelet and kube control. So that is still not done. So that's why the version is still reflecting as an old version right now. So now if you just check the version of kube control, it's still in the old version. And if you check the version of kube admin, it is not changed because we already updated the kube admin. So let's go ahead and do the second part of this. The second part of this is basically draining the resources. Draining the resources and marking this as no schedule or cardening this node. Cardening and draining will be done altogether by one specific command itself, so you don't have to carden it. So cardening meaning that it will create a no schedule node. So currently you can see that there is it's all in the ready state, which means that your scheduler will schedule your any new pods or already running pods on this particular node, where I'm just giving this option over here. So now I just want to put this one hyphen wide. Watch -n1. So now, sorry, no wide. So now what I want to show you is that I want to show you a little bit of detail over here. Going forward, I'll just put it on this bottom one. Export kubelet. There you go. So now you have both these action items on this side. So we will see some update when it happens. So now you can see that I have I have to carden my node. So what I'm going to do, and also I want to drain the connection. Draining the connection is very important part of your question. And also your process. Okay, so draining connection will drain the existing connectivity to that particular node. So if there is a connection which is achieved on that node, it will drain those connection or wait until the connections are completed or closed, and then it will remove that application or remove that nodes from its existence. So that is what draining the node means. So firstly, we are going to upgrade the control plane. So we need to drain this particular node. So we use kube control, drain, and then the node name. Okay. Very simple command, drain node name, -, ignore, daemon set. Now, what is a daemon sets? Daemon sets are basically another kind of your API service where it's like a process or a service. Okay, let's just assume that it is a service. Okay, because daemon is basically a service. Okay, so it's a service, and if you have if you have like 4 systems on your network, and 4 systems that service needs to be running, then you create a daemon set deployment, and then you deploy that. Okay, and what happens is that particular application runs on all 4 nodes. So that is what we have seen so far on the daemon set, right? So why we are ignoring daemon set here, do remember, is because a particular node is deployed on one server, which means that all the other servers will have that node deployed. So if I'm going to drain that, it's going to affect all the other nodes as well. So that's why we say ignore daemon sets, so that it will not consider daemon sets in this scenario. So it is mandatory that you should give this and then hit enter. Now you can see that there is a change over here. So the change is that the manager 1 is ready, scheduling is disabled. So which means that it has drained the connection, it has cardened the node. So it has done 2 activities over here. And you can see that we have a daemon set according to the default one, that is the finale. Finale is a default connector which needs to be enabled on all the nodes which you're going to have, including the control plane node. So that is a daemon set. So that daemon set has been ignored here. So these 2 pods are just kept on running on the other nodes, even though it is disabled on this one. All right. So now that we have completed this, ignore it. Now let's go ahead and upgrade our kubelet and control kube control. So now how to do that? Simple command. I've given you the command for your Ubuntu as well. So if you're using Ubuntu, you can use this command. So unhold kubelet and kube control and install them. Change the version to 2.9 over here, or whatever the version you're planning to upgrade, both these items over here. And then you have to hold them again. So this is in terms of apt-get. And in terms of CentOS and Red Hat flavor, yum-y install start. Okay, so it's going to install all the items, and it's going to see that kubeadmin is already installed, and it's going to ignore it. And then you can give that option over here, disable Kubernetes. So this is going to help us out. So you can see that only kubelet and kube control is getting installed, because it says that this package already installed, which is the kube. So now that it's installed, now you can see the update happens over here when I do a service restart. So whenever you do some changes like this, you just need to run system control daemon daemon reload. Once you reload the daemon, you just restart kubelet. Once you restart the kubelet, you can see that the version has been updated. Perfect, right? And you can see that the node is not ready because the node is starting up. Okay, because you have restarted the kubelet. Now you can see that the node is ready, and still the scheduling is disabled. To enable the scheduling, you have to do kube control and then uncordon, and then manager 1. You can see that I've uncordoned it, so you can see that it is ready right now. And you can see the version is updated to 1.29.5. Okay, so this is how you need to upgrade the control plane. Now on the next video, we will update the worker node and worker node 2. But that's going to be very interesting for you guys. Why? Because it's like you have live bots running on them. So how we going to do that? We will see that on the next video. Thank you again for your patience and time. I will see you on the next video.